Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Football Heritage TV. It is Thursday. Still no news really on anything concrete from a transfer perspective. Lots of teams we know are in talks with people. Lots of teams we know aren't. But this is Tottenham. This is Champions League. Tottenham. Surely you would have thought we would have come out the blocks quickly, rapidly, with intent. And at the moment, nothing so far. Hearing over the last 24 hours that even Gomez might not be joining Spurs. There are rumours. We love a rumour. We love rumours. The rumours circulating that, hang on, this light on me, is that a bit, oh, hang on 1 second. That one. Yeah, the other one makes me look, this one make me look like I've been on this one makes me look like I've been on a sunbed, doesn't it? There are rumours circulating that Marseille are leading the chase for Angel Gomez, free transfer, of course, England international. It seemed like it was right up Spurs' street. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know, right? I don't know. But yeah, as Jimmy says, Jimmy, you're absolutely right. 25 years of Levy tells you differently. Yeah, listen, it's just, I have that 1% of me going into every window that's like, they learn. And then very quickly, by sort of week 1 of June, I've gone, nah, we've not learned. For me, I think we need a massive window. I do. I've said this for a long time. We need a massive window. This isn't one good player that we need. I think we need 3 or 4 really good footballers. 3 or 4 footballers that come in straight into that 11 and make us better. Not 3 or 4 that are going to be backups. Yes, the likes of Kyle Walker-Peters, I understand before anyone says you don't get why. I do. I get it. I get why Kyle Walker-Peters might be a signing, but it's not a signing where I go, Champions League, that's a Champions League window. So for me, I think Spurs need to get a move on. And listen, we need to do something. Mathys Tel, I've woken up this morning. It's funny because I used to get up at like 6 a.m. When I worked in the city, I was up every morning at 6 a.m. and I woke up to no messages because no one was awake. Now I don't wake up that early. And I go to bed a lot later, naughty boy. And I wake up to this screenshot, that rumour, this ITK, all of this kind of stuff. And lots of reports are saying that Mathys Tel is definitely going to get done. Spurs yesterday put loads of photos out. Mathys Tel was in those photos. So you would think that he's probably going to get done. And for me, it seems like an easy deal to do, which seems like a very Spursy thing to do. So before we get going, I've had a few people that questioned a post I put out last night. Rick, I mean, no offense, mate. If you're happy Vettel to stay, I'm going to question your ambition. You know what I mean? Like, you want 40, 45 million of our transfer budget going on a winger that's done absolutely nothing in his career and is 19 and needs coaching. That for me kind of sums up where we are as a club. Savva, you're negative. Savva, celebrate the Europa League win more. Savva, I'm really happy with Mathys Tel. Which one is it? People can't tell me I've got to be happier for winning the Europa League to get in Champions League than to sign players like Mathys Tel. I'm pretty sure it just doesn't work. Nothing against you, Rick. Just lots of people keep saying it. Anyway, put out a post last night saying, as most of you know, I do have fhtv plus, and to be honest, it's a lot of work to do both channels. So what I've decided to do is all of my content will be on FHTV. So my main channel, which is here. So that is all of my Spurs content, of course. I'm a Spurs fan, all of my Spurs content. And then my other transfer videos about other clubs and watch-alongs for the World Club Cup, Premier League, Champions League, Europa League will all be here. So everything is going to be in one place. I know there's going to be some people that don't like that, but I don't understand why. It's just football content. They can switch on and off for the content that they like. Doesn't mean I'm not a Spurs fan because I might be doing videos about Newcastle or Chelsea or Liverpool or Arsenal. But I'm just going to grow Football Heritage TV. And talking of growing, thank you very much. We're nearly at 18,250. So we're moving along quite nicely. If Anybody doesn't understand that, then that's great. I will explain it to them. But essentially, all of my content is back here. All of my content is back here. Yeah. So it is what it is. Let me know if you've got any questions. Big up. Good morning. So Tigaro, you left. I haven't seen you for about a year. Where have you been hiding, my man, who's just become a YouTube member? Big up to you. Hope you and the family are well, my friend. I've not seen you for ages. Where have you been? How are you? Hope all is good. Happy, it's Thursday for me. Is it Friday for you? Happy Thursday, happy Friday, whichever one it is. Good morning or good evening, whichever one it is for you. Big up to Tigaro, new channel member. And as I said, from next week, we'll have the member-only shows where members will be able to call in and there'll be no other viewers. It will be just us members having a chat. I think we've got about, I don't know, 170 members now. I don't know, 180. I don't know. I probably should know, right? Should I know that? I should know that, shouldn't I? But I don't. Let's have a look at my dashboard. How many members we got these days? Members, where can I find that out? I don't know. We've got some members. We've got members. Big up to each and every one of my members. I love my members. They're always very, very generous to me. So thank you very much to all of the members. I hope you are well. Big up to Tigaro. Thank you very much. Big ups to the Aussie Ange hater, who's also a channel member. Just with a super sticker. He loves it. Loves the super stickers. I appreciate the super stickers. So big up to you. Thank you very much. And thank you for all your support. Really appreciate you as well, my man. Big up to Aris, who's just put in a super sticker. He loves it. He doesn't say anything. He just puts in a super sticker. He's a silent assassin. Good morning to you, sir, or depending where you are. I'm guessing with that name, you're in Australia. So good afternoon, good evening, something like that to you. Hope you're well. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you very much. Big up to you, Aris. Big up to D&B Forever. Always chucks in a super stickers. You lot have been very generous this morning, haven't you? You lot have been very, very generous this morning as my StreamYards decided to not work properly again. There it is. Big up to each and every one of you. Thank you very much, D&B Forever. You are a legend, my friend. And another legend is Chris Motley, who has said, we're so uninspiring as a football club, aren't we? Never anything to look forward to with us, is there? Look, you just want one window where you think, yeah. Now, it could be this window. Could be. Minimal chances, but it could be. Is this the window where you wake up and you go, Eze, Paulinho. Oh, okay. Eze, Paulinho, Mark Guehi. All right. Okay, I'm listening. More realistically, it's going to be Carl Walker-Peters, Mathys Tells, Angel Gomez. And I agree with you, Chris. That is the problem, isn't it? This is the problem. Thank you very much. You're absolutely right. I want to be inspired. I want to wake up and go, yes, Spurs mean business. Spurs mean business. By the way, breaking news, Arsenal have completed the sale of Nuno Tavares to Lazio following his loan there last year. So a bit of breaking news there. Big up to you, Chris. Thank you very much. Big up to Jason H. Thank you, Jason, for the super sticker. You lot are being very, very generous this morning. What's in the coffee? What's going on? Why is everyone so generous? Much love to you all. Thank you very much. Just for anyone that wanted to know, tonight on the channel, we will, about 2-3 o'clock, we will have a transfer show, which won't be just Spurs, by the way. And then this evening, we've got Nations League watch along, the second semi-final. Tonight should be a brilliant game. Spain v France, live here, 7:45 for an 8 p.m. kickoff. Big up to you, Jason. Thank you to all of you. Thank you very much. And if that wasn't enough, Jason being generous, Mark Taylor's popped in as well with the super sticker. Thank you very much, buddy. You lot, very, very nice this morning. Big up to each and every one of you. Hope you are well. And if that wasn't enough, Tigaro back from the dead. Tigaro, you've risen like Harold from Neighbours. And if anyone understands that reference, then you know how old you are. Like Harold Bishop from Neighbours, he just rose from the dead and he was back one day. Big up to you, Tigaro, who has gifted 1 Football Heritage TV membership. If we have a look and see where that has gone, I'm sure whoever it was has said thank you. That was to Jack Nuge or Jack Nug, Jack Noog, however we're saying that. So big up to you, Tigaro. I really appreciate you, and welcome back, my man. Welcome back to Football Heritage TV. Let's get going, shall we? Let's get going. What do we know? What do we know? Harold Bishop. Yeah, come on, man. Everyone, come on. Who remembers the Harold Bishop? Come on. Come on. Savva, does it wind you up, all the Spurs fans? It was Ange out and our Ange in. It doesn't wind me up. I find it funny. I do find it funny how everybody who said this man can't coach, how he's done nothing tactically, doesn't develop the young players, the league form is woeful, have now suddenly gone Ange in. But it's up to them, mate. It's up to them. The same way me being Ange out is up to me, right? It's not a big thing. Doesn't mean I hate them. Doesn't mean I have to slag them off. I find it funny. And we move on. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, but big up to you. Where are we? Where are we? God, there's a lot of you inside the house. How are we all doing? Big up to my man. How you doing, bro? You all right, Paul? I hope you're doing well. So morning, Savva. When we are going to learn signing potential, it is Paul, isn't it? If it's not, I've completely butchered your name. I'm so sorry, my friend. When are we going to learn that signing potential is not what we need? 20 plus appearances and a single goal and nowhere near the assist we need in our front line. We need better than Tell. This man got 1 assist in 20 games. Big up my man, Terry. Do you know what I like? Terry tells me I'm wrong about Spurs, but he's never rude about it. I love that. Why can't we all be like that, Terry? Big up to you. Me and you, Terry, do not agree on anything, Ange. And that's fine. Doesn't mean we need to be rude to each other, even though you're deluded. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Big up to you, Terry. Thank you for watching. Look, as I said, I've said for the last couple of weeks, I know people don't listen to me. I think Ange is staying, and I'm at the stage now where what I want never really matters. I'm just a football fan. What I want is now the transfer window to kick off. Whoever the manager is, it's going to be Ange. Let's get some top players in. That's where I'm at with this. C to the fourth said, Tell ain't even potential. Had many seasons top like football, hasn't shown much. Absolutely. Mate, absolutely. I feel like this is the laziest of lazy signings. I truly, truly do. I think this is the laziest of lazy signings. Where are we? Big up. Good morning to Sam. Your club looks like they're doing bits. Before we go on, let's have a look, shall we? Has Fabrizio Romano said anything? Haven't seen anything lately. Luis Enrique to join Inter from Olympique Marseille for 25 million euros. Cole Palmer changed his shirt number. He's going to be the number 10 this season for Chelsea. Lorenz Assignon has completed a medical at Stuttgart. He's joining for 14 million euros from Rennes. Spanish winger Antonio Cordero joins Newcastle as free agent from Malaga. They're going to loan him out immediately. See, I like that. If you're going to buy a younger player with promise, get them in, loan them out. Yeah. And don't spend 40 million doing it like we did on Archie Gray. Liam Delap will wear the number 9 at Chelsea. Slow news day. Slow news day indeed, people. Jason Wilcox has been officially promoted to Manchester United's Director of Football, as the club are very happy with his work so far. Involved in all negotiations this summer, Wilcox is considered a key part of the process to help Man U develop. Other than that, a slow news day on all fronts. Now, let's do a few more comments. I've got to do a few more comments, right? It'll be rude of me not to. That's how my channel has been built. I interact. Then I get people saying, don't interact. I'm like, well, that's how I've built my channel. Yeah. I find nothing worse than when I'm in a chat room and the YouTuber doesn't interact. I like the interaction. There's some really good creators that do that, and hats off to them. I really like that. My man Angus is in the house. Aris has said it's 7:15 p.m. Big up to you in Sydney. John Rachel wants a pun a rhyme. Love it. So today is to do for leaving the board. It is more don't care and no clue. I just want them to get going, right? I just want them to get going. Harold, if I'm not wrong, didn't Harold, he went missing along a coastline, didn't he? Like along the beach. And then years later, didn't he turn up and had like amnesia or something? I don't know. I just got these memories popping in. So yeah, it is what it is. Good morning, Lee. How you doing, sir? Lovely. What a great guy Lee is. Good morning to you. Hope you're well. Harold Bishop had 4 chins. Big up. Pete Ross said, Tell getting signed probably means Ange staying. Says it all. And Sane's turns us down. What a joke of a club. These inners pissing me off with their BS. We'll see what they say when it goes tits up. Look, forget Ange in, Ange out at the moment. Let's look at the transfer window. If it's true that Leroy Sané's turned us down, it doesn't surprise me. I don't think we're that attractive. What I do think we should be is attractive to players at smaller clubs, i.e. players like Eze, who are at Crystal Palace. Players coming from the likes of Bayern Munich might see this as a massive step backwards. Hey, who knows? I could be absolutely waffling there. I'll tell you who is waffling. You lot. You lot are waffling. We're about 17 minutes into the show and we've only got 113 likes and there's nearly 600 of you in it already. And big up to Lee Gunner and his viewers that have just joined. And everybody, Lee Gunner, love him, hate him. Great content creator, superb content creator. And just going to say, has been very, very good to me as well, has Lee Gunner. Always there to help with a lot of things that I need within YouTube. And if it wasn't enough, happy birthday to Lee Gunner. It is his birthday today. So big up to you, bro. 40. I'll go with 40 again. I think you're a bit older, but I'll go with 40 again. Big up to Lee Gunner and all of his viewers. Mark has said 4 goal contributions in 1,000 minutes of football for Tell. Yeah, one was the mistake by West Ham and he rolled it across 10 yards to Odegaard. One hit him. He didn't even know it against Wolves. One was a penalty and one was a decent finish against Villa. And Spurs think that that's going to be the signing that kicks us on. So it is what it is. Let's have a look. See, someone said that Ornstein's just tweeted. Let's see what Ornstein did just tweet. Hang on. Here we go. I bet you it's something that doesn't interest Spurs. Ornstein has just tweeted that Liverpool have rebuffed a Barcelona approach to discuss signing Luis Diaz. Barcelona made contact yesterday, but LFC clear, not for sale. New contract unlikely. So unless bids land to change stance, 28-year-old stays even if it leads to free agency. So Liverpool, clearly Luis Diaz would have been talking to Barcelona and would have wanted to go, but they have refused the bid. That's very, very interesting indeed, isn't it? So Luis Diaz, a bid rejected from Barcelona by Liverpool. Okay. Whenever people send me stuff, okay, it's the markets. Okay, understood. Thank you for the 3 people that just subscribed. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Big up to my man Danny. If you haven't subscribed to the Hotspur Hood, please do. Danny, I'm sorry, I'm hydrating. To Tell at 33 million just won't surprise me. Mate, 33 million, 35, 40, whatever it is, it's too much. I don't know why we're buying him. I don't know why. Listen, in a couple of years, he might be great. But are you telling me of all the wingers across world football, this is what Tottenham could come up with? Mathys Tell. Is that what we could come up with? Absolutely crazy. Darren has said, Tell, terrible move by Spurs. Why not go for Grealish? Because Jack Grealish is going to want proper wages. Jack Grealish won't be as easy to do. And Jack Grealish, I don't know. Listen, I'd take Jack Grealish all day, every day. But it is what we do, right? Young player. Our fans will start going into overdrive about he could be good. But the word potential is going to be used a million times over. Then these same fans will then tell you, oh, well, Ange hasn't been backed, after saying they wanted Mathys Tell and players like that. So, hey, it is what it is. No, we were talking neighbours. Terry said, Savva, I think Ange has gone. No movement on new players. just signing the players on loan, waiting on Frank and the release fee at Brentford. See, listen, we're going to disagree on this. As much as I, as much as I would love you to be right, if the bookies are anything to go by, the direction in which the odds are traveling are encouraging for Ange to stay rather than leave. The odds for him to stay are getting shorter and shorter every day. As far as I've said this and said this and said this and said this and said this, until Ange is not here, he's here. I'm concerned about the transfer window. Whether I like Ange or not, I park it over here. I want a better manager, but I park it. What I need and what the club needs, and this is not Ange dependent. This is not Frank dependent or Luis Enrique dependent or Jose Mourinho dependent. Whoever is the manager needs good players to come into this football club now. But Christopher said with Mason out, a new attacking coach is required. Do you see this as a positive thing? I don't know if Mason was an attacking coach. I just see that new coaches are required. We don't look coached from top to bottom. Defensively, attacking, midfield, set piece, we just don't look coached. So for me, I think new coaches need to come in, even if the manager stays. And I think we need to start looking like a good team in the league. All I'm seeing is videos from people going, if we're not winning the league, why do we care that we're 17th? I've never, ever seen this before in my life. I don't know why we're suddenly talking like this. But here's my message. For everyone saying that 17th in the league doesn't matter. For everyone saying it does not matter. Remember this, if a new manager comes in and loses 3-4 games in a row, just remember that everyone's saying league position doesn't matter. Because I guarantee you, when the manager is not Ange, all of these fans will change their mind and get annoyed about bad league form. Mark my words. Why has everybody for years and decades got annoyed at managers doing badly in the league if league form doesn't matter? Suddenly, 17th doesn't matter. Are we really saying that? If that's the case, fine. Brilliant. I'll take that on board. But then when the next manager comes in, don't worry. Why then call Thomas Frank mid-table Thomas that I'm hearing him? If that's the case, why does it matter? People don't think through their notion. People don't think through their notion at all. Future's bright. Future's Lily White says, looks like he's a third season, to be honest. The first is always the best, in my opinion. Can't wait for championship football season after next. Look, we're not getting relegated. We're not. We're never getting relegated. There'll be too many poor teams for us to get relegated. Look how bad we've been this year and still finished, let's check, 13 points above relegation. We're not getting relegated. I'm not one of those that thinks if he stays, we get relegated. Not at all. I think if he stays, I think we're going to be much higher at the table this year. But, hey, it is what it is. The Barca want Tell, Mark. I genuinely don't think Barcelona want players like Tell. No, not in any way, shape or form. But they did want Diaz, which is very interesting. Geek to Back has said Liverpool are being really serious in the transfer window. Wouldn't go nowhere near Tell. Yeah, listen, but that's a top team, isn't it? That's a top team with ambition. That's a top team. We're making up numbers, if we're honest. We're making up numbers in the transfer market. Gus Parker, morning, Sav. Good morning to you, sir. Said, morning, Sav. Sick of being right about this sham of a club, of an ex-club. Tell is vulnerable all over again. I said the Europa would change nothing. Who got Champions League football again? Piss take. Look, I hear you, man. I hear you. Listen, it's still early. Going to go against my own words here. It's still early. We need them to do something for us, don't we, the club? We need them to show some form of ambition is the word I'm looking for. We need to see something, don't we? Something that makes the fans go, yes, yes, that's the sign. You know, and what I mean by that is, I'll ask everyone in the chat now. It's Spurs, if you woke up tomorrow, right, and Spurs had signed Eze, is there anyone in the chat who would be unhappy? Yes, say yes if you would be unhappy. Say no if you wouldn't be. So no, basically, is it if, oh my God, what a great signing. Yes, if you would be unhappy. Because for me, every Spurs fan, you would wake up and go, we signed Eze. That's the sort of signing this club need. Get the fan base getting a bit closer together. Get the fan base a bit more in tune with each other. Get the fan base excited. Show why you charge those season ticket holders what you charge them. Hey, just me. Big up to when the Spurs go marching in has become a new YouTube member. Big up to you, sir. As I've said, from next week, we have got the Spurs channel, the Football Heritage TV member-only shows, which you are more than welcome to join. You can come on and chat. You can just be in the comments section. Big up to you, sir. Thank you very much. Very, very generous indeed. And much love to you. Big up to Simon Bergen as well, who said, let's hope we get news from the club today so we can kick on and buy players for next season. Simon, let's be brutally honest, right? We don't need news to kick on. We've got to be buying players. The transfer window is open. Even when the window is not open, everyone's doing deals. Listen, I think more than anything, more than manager news, I think that everyone would just feel probably a bit safer, a bit more comfortable with a statement from Daniel Levy or from Vinay Venkatesham to just kind of say, right, guys, we're now in full flow in the transfer market. You know, the club isn't being sold or is, whatever it may be, we're backing Ange, let's go. I think something's needed, right? Something is needed. But Simon, we've got to kick on. I agree with your overall point. Big up to you, my man. Thank you very much. Big up to Tigaro. He's back with a bang. Channel memberships, giving out channel memberships, super chats. He's back. Said there seems to be so much instability behind the scenes. Never a truer word said, my man. If we lost the Europa League, then a decision could have been made more easily. Just saying, #facts. Listen, I completely agree. I think we all know if we hadn't have won it, he would have been gone. The fact that he has won it, he's here. And let's kick on. Let's kick on. I can put aside that I don't rate him while we're in the transfer window. I can pick that up again next season. I don't rate him. I don't want him here. I'm not flip-flopping. But at the moment, we've got a transfer window to be looking at. We've got a transfer window that we need to be attacking. Big up to you, Tigaro. Very generous indeed. Atavatron Wembley. Big up to you, my man. I said Levy going on holiday now of all times proves his utter disdain for the needs of the football club. Right. Now, two things here. One, if he has gone on holiday, I don't care. If, caveat, it's the caveat time. I don't care if he has gone on holiday, if he's leaving all of the transfers to somebody else. Like if he's saying Lang, Munn, whoever it is, Paratici, they're dealing with everything. And I'm on the phone for all, then knock yourself out. But the thing is, I think one of the problems we've got, my man, is at the moment, I don't think anyone seems to know who's running the ship at Tottenham Hotspur. And I think that's what they need to come out with. And that, for me, is more important than any Ange news. I think we need some Spurs news, Tottenham news, right? That's what we need. Big up to you, Atavatron Wembley. Big up to you. Lee Richards said, by the way, I saw a video this morning that a YouTuber made saying, oh, Savva yesterday said that he's seen an article saying Ange is out. Savva didn't say that. I love it when these people do that. Savva has not said that in any way, shape or form. All my true viewers that watch me will know actually what I say. So big up to each and every one of you. Big up to Lee Richards. Very generous this morning. You lot have been utterly, very, very generous to me this morning. Saying, being happy with signing Tell and Carl Walker-Peters is a small club mentality. Absolutely. And we saw that mentality when we had supporters celebrating winning the Europa as if we never won a trophy before. People crying. Embarrassing. Now, look, I get it, right? A lot of people have never seen a trophy. I get it. I do get it. And a lot of the people who have only supported the club a few years, ironically giving stick to those that have been supporting the club for 30, 40, 50 years, that's another story. I get it. They've never seen a trophy before. People crying, up to them. I'm not that guy. I'm not a crier. I always get told off, Lee, for not celebrating goals enough. I've never really been I'm not a throw my, punch my chair, kick my chair, throw something against the wall. I'm not that sort of a guy. But I hear you. The first part I massively agree with. Signing Tell and Carl Walker-Peters, big up to you for the super chat, absolutely, for me, is small club mentality. We've just got the get out of jail free card. We've just got Champions League football off the back of our worst ever season in the Premier League. Now do something with it, Spurs. Do something with it. Show the world that, you know what? We escaped that. Now we're going to go big. Now we're going to go Eze. I just use these names. They're easier. Eze, Obuemo, Gueye, Visser. Senior pros. It doesn't have to be the greatest players out there in the world, but just show that there's some ambition. Show that there's a drive and a determination to kick the football club forward. Tell Solanke and Odegaard up front next year with Johnson and Son off the bench. I mean, Terry, it doesn't scream Champions League in any way, shape or form, does it? Tell Solanke and Odegaard. Yeah. It's mad. Tell Solanke and Odegaard. Ursel, to you it didn't matter. This is why, to each person, to you it didn't matter. For me, it's bloody embarrassing. For me, it's an utter embarrassment. It's okay for you to say it didn't matter. To you, to me, it did. And I don't know why everyone can't understand that, right? For you, it doesn't. For me, it does, okay? I've been watching Tottenham 40 years. I don't want to see Tottenham in 17th. I don't want to see my team lose every week. What we're saying is it doesn't matter that the team were poorly organised. It doesn't matter that the team were crap every week in the Premier League. And for me, I don't have that mentality. I don't have that mentality of finishing 17th is okay because we had a good cup run. I don't have that. Each to their own, my man. Each to their own. It's up to you how you feel. Tell will be amazing in 4 years' time. And if he's getting regular game time and good coaching at Brighton Palace type team. Look, I just think Tell's very underwhelming. Notorious BIG saying, I don't think you are entirely against the Tell deal. We brought in a better quality, something like that. Then you haven't been listening to a word I say. I don't want 35, 40 million of our transfer budget being spent on Mathys Tell. We already have young wingers to develop. Why do we need to buy another one to develop? We've already got Yang, Moore, Odegaard, Donnelly. Why do we need another young winger to develop? I don't understand people's quote. Why not buy the players that are already up, not on the way up? Again, everything you're saying is just that the mentality is so low. No offense, my man. I'm sure you're a great guy, but why is our mentality so low? We want to get in the Champions League and then we just want to buy up and comers. Go and get me Eze. He's not up and coming. He's there. Go and get Eze. Go and get Paulinho. He's not up and coming. He's there. He's playing European football for Bayern Munich and Germany. Go and get these players. Come on, man. Mate, it's madness. It's utter madness. Exactly. And our fans just back it. Let's see if anyone was upset with Eze. No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. See? No, nay, no, no. See? Now this is no, no, no. You see? This is the sort of signing Spurs need to make. This is the sort of signing to get Spurs fans on a similar page as each other. Not Mathys Tell. Not Carl Walker-Peters. Not Angel Gomez. He's a decent footballer, but that's the sort of signing where I think everyone for a day at least goes, yes, thank you. And yes, Levy's done his job. Paratici or Lang have done their job. That's what we need. Surely we will see that. Surely. Chris wants Garnacho, Osman, Sesko, Dibbling, Barcola, Williams. I don't want Garnacho. I don't want Dibbling. The others, I'll take all of them. Yeah, the others, I'll take all of them. Dibbling, again, another kid, could be great in the future. But again, we keep buying kids. We keep buying kids. And it makes me laugh. It's funny, right? Loads of people who are telling me, but when we had the injuries, all we had to bring on was kids. But they're the same people now saying, I want more kids to sign. I don't think people have very good memories. Look what just happened. Big up to my man, Dan Payton, who's become a member. There must be something in the water today. Everyone very generous with memberships, super chats, stickers. Thank you very much, Dan, for becoming a member. As I said, the member-only shows are back next week. So look out for those. By the way, it will be, which day will it be? I'll let you know which day it'll be. I used to like this, but this Savva guy is negative. Okay, let's now all laugh at this guy, right? Niffin TS. Just think for 1 minute, guys. Let's all put our grown-up hats on. What they're saying is that Savva's negative because I'm sitting here saying, kick on. Go and get me good players. Think about that. Think about that in life. Savva's negative because he wants to kick on and buy better footballers and go up the league table. I'm going to be silent for 10 seconds while you think about that. Right? Think about that. Wanting better, asking for better players, asking for a higher league position is now considered negative. Let that sink in. That's where, right? That's where YouTube is. That's where the human race is that people like this think negativity is wanting better, wanting to kick on, wanting to move forward. Do you know what? I worked with some Liverpool fans last week, and the Liverpool fans, I was going, you must be over the moon. You've won the league. No, we want to win the league every year, right? We want the owners to go out, buy the players, right? And win it every year. We want a period of domination. They want a period of domination. But I'm called negative for not liking 17th. Mad, isn't it? Let that sink in. That is utterly mad. I'm told off for you didn't celebrate enough. I'm told off that my show every day isn't about winning the Europa League. I mean, we won the Europa League over 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure what people want. Here you go. This is going to be patronizing. I don't blame your mindset and what's more important as you have grown up in an environment that Levy has made you believe from right and wrong. And just shut up, Jim. Again, don't patronize me. Mate, I remember, you probably don't because you've supported Spurs for about 2 years. I remember Spurs long before Daniel Levy and long before Ange Postecoglou. Ange hasn't broken that mold for me. He's just made me see my worst ever Premier League season. Yeah? So, absolutely mad. Big up Roxanne. Sorry, I know you're a Palace fan. I know. I would love him. I love him. Joe, do you think, Savva, that 17th and turgid football is the reason why Sane and others... Well, listen. I don't think football fans think about that enough. I've said this the last 2 days a lot. I don't think a lot of fans think about the fact that fans can sit down and go, 17th don't matter. If I'm a player and you're approaching me to go to Tottenham, I'm asking the question. In the last 3 years, you finished 8th, 5th and 17th. What's the progression at the club? What are you trying to do? All our fans see is trophy. And I get it. We've not won anything for so long. But now remove yourself from that and look at it from a footballer or an agent point of view. Many people don't. Jim, if you keep just saying this nonsense, no one's talking about Ange in, Ange out, right? You're saying he's trying to break the mold. This is a manager that just told me he threw the league to win a trophy. That's embarrassing in my eyes, all right? So give it a rest. Mike said, Eze is a Spurs player, scripted, written and wrote. I hope so. That's the sort of player we need. That's the sort of player we need. Garnacho, listen, Chris, I don't mind Garnacho as a player. I think there's definitely a very good footballer in there. Problem for me with this guy is he talks a lot. He's always on social media, stirring up, saying things. And I'm just not sure that he's what we need right now. For me, I think we need proven. Savva, please hold those flip-floppers to account. Look, people can say what they want, my man. Listen, people can say what they want. I'm not one of these YouTubers who makes videos about other YouTubers. I'm not one of these YouTubers that needs to use other people's content to make my own. I think it's really embarrassing when I see YouTube videos and all it is slagging off other YouTubers. And I think to myself, why don't you just turn your camera on and talk? Like, why don't you just turn your camera on and talk about what you want to say? So worried about what someone else says. I've never understood that. I've never, ever understood that. But hey, some people get their kicks that way, and it is what it is. Let's just double check. I checked the Spurs official website this morning for any form of news. Let's see. The last thing on was something about was Wilson Odobert scoring the winner for the French under 21s. Before that was the best photos of 24-25. Nothing really coming through about anything on there at the moment. Ali Garcia, big up to you, Ali. I said United about to give Mbeumo 250 grand a week as they don't have a clue how to be a proper club, do they? They don't have a clue. What do you mean by that, Ali? Isn't that a good thing that they're paying to get Mbeumo? What do you mean by that, please? I'm not too sure. Makes sense. Has said, I feel like Spurs trying to sign Tell after a loan is Levy's way of making the fans think he's busy and we've signed a player. Could be. It's just very underwhelming for me. Excellent last night when he came on, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant when he came on last night for Portugal. Thought he changed the game completely. Too darn soulful has said 17th does matter. Absolutely matters. Absolutely matters. Needs to pay the wages to attract the quality players. They won't go to Spurs, but choose Man U and Chelsea to sit on the bench. Yeah, but Man U and Chelsea are massive clubs, aren't they? Man U and Chelsea show their ambition. Jimmy Bates said, I am pretty negative. Sure, Jimmy, come on and tell me I'm negative. I'll tell you what, Jimmy, tell me what I'm negative about. I love this game. I love this game. People like Jimmy Page, you are pretty negative, though, just in general. Tell me what. Tell me what I'm negative about. All I've said this summer is how are we kicking on? What players we buying? What are Spurs doing? Is that negative? I'm negative because I don't like losing 26 games a season? Sure. Absolutely. Sure. That makes me negative. Fine. I think it's negative for liking 26 defeats in a season. But hey, each to their own. Each to their own. Barbaric, big up my man, said Savva is negative because he doesn't want 17th and lose every other week. Mind-blowing how anyone can say that is negative. Barbaric, it's small club thinking, man. Small club thinking. Small club thinking. I might get that on a t-shirt. All these fans, small club thinking right now. Small club greedy. What's a bit greedy? Oh, God, I've got a feeling we've got a troll here. What's a bit greedy? Go on, tell me. Collective, you're bang on, Savva. Don't let anyone tell you different. I don't let anyone tell me different. You know me. The standards of these fans are baffling. Completely agree with you. I don't understand. 17th is unacceptable, but come on. You talk in sound bites. And any chance you could actually say what you mean? I don't understand sound bites. Don't get it. Absolutely. Is it negative or realistic? People don't like realism. They don't like it. I don't know what people want me to say. Like, I don't know what people want me to do, but never mind. I'll just say what I say. This time last year, Eze was offered to Spurs, and the idea was floated past Ange, and he said no. Just saying. Eze and Gray for 80 to 90 million for both. I don't think you'd get both for 90 million, my man. I don't think you get both for 90. I think right there, I believe it's 65 least for Eze, and I think you're going to look at 50, 60 for Gueye because he's got a year left on his contract. I don't think you'd get both for that price. I'd love both of those at Tottenham. I really, really would. That would show real signs of ambition for me. I know. I apologise on behalf of all my family that I want Spurs to be better. I know it's bad. I know it's so bad. If Eze wants to get to Real Madrid, Spurs is his stepping stone. Madness. Big up to Daryl, who said progress in the league is a better indicator than winning a cup, because then you know you're putting yourself in a position to win every week and compete in every competition. Ange said it, not me. Ange said it, not me or Daryl. Ange said it. I'm taking a photo of that. Ange said it. But when Ange says it, it's okay. When I say it, it's wrong. When Ange says it, it's okay. Wait 1 second. Look. 1 second. Let's put that there. Absolutely. See, this is what makes me laugh. This is what makes me laugh. Ange Postecoglou says, right, that the league is an indicator better than winning a cup, and he's a genius and everyone loves him. I say it, I'm a negative fan according to these trolls. Absolutely baffling. We wanted Paulinho. Did we want Paulinho? I don't remember seeing that, but yeah, absolutely. I think we should go for him again. Kip has been a Spurs fan for over 45 years, and it's the worst team in my lifetime. Listen, my man, I look at this team and I think it's embarrassing. I think it's a truly embarrassing setup. We need better players and better coaching. He ain't worth 250k a week, but they're willing to pay. But when you say he's not worth 250k a week, who is? Got to remember, Jason, Man United are a big club. Whatever we think of them, Man United are a big football club. They will buy and they will try to get back to past glories. That's the difference. I keep hearing, but we're better than Man U. We're more attractive. What? Because we won 1 Europa League. This is a Man United that weren't going to celebrate winning the Europa League if they won it, because they were so ashamed of their season. James, thank you. Thank you. It's just easy to say negative. Like this guy, look, Jesus Christ, Savva, you ever happy? What's happened now? What did I say? Tell me what I said that's upset you, troll, with no name and a picture of a transformer. Tell me what I said that's upset you. I love this. I love this. I love this. Tell me what I've said that's upset you. Am I ever happy? What do you mean? For wanting better footballers at my club? Oh, how we laugh. How we laugh, don't we? Yeah, I've heard as well that Guehi has rejected us. I've heard that rumor, but you never know, do you? But it wouldn't surprise me. If you're Guehi, do you want to come and play in a team that is wide open every week? And that's what I don't think some fans understand. They watch us get ripped apart week in, week out, and then say, oh, you're negative. Yeah, sorry that I don't like watching losing games. Sorry about that. Aussie Ange hater. Yeah, but Jimmy, you actually haven't voiced any opinion. You're using sound bites. Tell me what I've said that's negative. Let's have the chat. Let's have the grown-up chat, or are you just going to troll? Let's have the grown-up chat. Go on. Tell me in the chat, or put your big boy pants and come on. Yeah? Put your big boy pants on. Come on stream. Tell me why I'm negative. Yep. It doesn't matter if the transfer window closes or opens. Everyone's going to be signing players regardless. Come on. Everyone's going to be signing players in and out of the window. We know how it works. Lynn has said, Savva, from a neutral, I think most of the fans who like being 17th in the Premier League, they're the negative ones because they have no ambition and are being brainwashed with a cup. Absolutely. I don't think they're being brainwashed with a cup. I just think that they're now just choosing to forget how bad we are. The cup run has papered over everything. Yeah, brilliant. You've won a cup. But look at this. 76 league games, 31 wins, 34 defeats. 34 defeats. I know, Rob, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Having standards, you should be ashamed, Savva. I know. No one wants standards, do they? No one wants standards. Big up to you, Rob. Thank you very much. Really generous of you, my man. Glenn, my stat guy, said Ange also said we had an outstanding season by finishing 17th. Mate, I'm not going to go into an Ange rant. I'm really not going to. Jut said, do these people who call Savva negative realize what he is being negative about? Reality. Purely examining reality. Stripping away the PR and vibes. Bang on. Bang on. Bang on. Bang on. What it is that I don't say things. I don't just go on stream and go, we're a European champion. All right. Cool. What are we doing with it? What are we doing with it? How are we kicking on? By the way, we're not European champions. PSG are European champions, right? Right. So for me, you're right. I'm looking at the reality. How do Spurs get better? How do Spurs kick on? How? If that's negative, can I ask though, all the people that call me negative, do you not want to kick on? Simple question. Do they not want to kick on? Savva, we got Cunha and Mbuemo. If we get Gyökeres, we're a midfielder and right back. If you get Gyökeres and Cunha and Mbuemo, you're in the top 4 for me. That front 3 will score a shed load of goals. A shed load of goals. Bang on. We agree on this. A player is worth what a club is willing to pay for him. Absolutely. I see all the time going, he's not worth 100 million. Sure. But most of the time, when people pay big money, they've got big money. I think when you've got a smaller budget, when you've got a smaller budget, you've got to be more careful. Agreed, Julian. Agreed. Agreed. If we're on the same point here, that's my point. You can win the Europa League. Brilliant. Celebrate. Amazing. What are we doing next? How do we kick on as a football club? Why is that seen as so negative? Big up to Abdul Ghani. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Big up to Johnny inside the house. Said the transfer window, I think we should go all out, get Eze and work around him. I would love it. Love it. Love it. China Rock said, you tell you are following Tottenham for a long time, then you know how the club operates. What you want for the club, we also want it. But till the upper management goes. But some people don't, China. Here's the thing. Some people don't also want that because they want people like Tell. They want those signings. If you want signings like Tell, you can't then in the same breath turn around and say, I want Champions League players. It doesn't work. Big up to Danny, finishing at 17th with 22 defeats. Doesn't attract players, does it? I thought the massive Europa Cup would do that. We'll see, Dan. We'll see. Makes sense. I said, I love FHTV. Everything he says, I agree with. By the way, I don't want everybody to agree with everything I say. I just find it funny that if anyone disagrees with me, their only argument is you're negative. You're a fair weather fan. Try debating the point. Like, do you know what I like? Someone in the chat who I think we kind of get on now. Notorious PIG. Me and this guy, we disagree on quite a lot. I think you'll agree with me. But you know what? He's never actually rude to me. He never says you're negative. He actually argues the point and I debate back with him, right? So, look, I agree. I try to bring some logic. People don't want it. I understand that. That's just the way I'm built. Other people are a lot more emotional. Kudos said, Savva, how are we actually supposed to buy good players if they reject us? Well, maybe by not finishing 17th. Maybe going after an Eze. Are you telling me Eze wouldn't join Tottenham from Palace? Are we really saying that? Kudos. Are we really saying that? We've got to be clever in the market, Kudos. There are lots of players that join clubs across Europe that are worse than us every year, but that are better than players we've got. So you will get them. Where are we? Who we got in the house? Another maniac says, if I were a Tottenham fan, I wouldn't be happy. There's no ambition. Look, I think the key thing here, right? The key thing here is this. Hang on 1 second. Let me just send this quickly to that group. 1 second. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing that Ange Postecoglou has actually said everything that I've said, but me saying it Me saying it means I'm negative. I love that. Ange also said finishing 10th and winning a trophy isn't a good season. I like. Hey, I'd take Fratesi. Yes. Be interesting to see. Apparently, they've got no money. They've lost their manager. Let's see. I'd take Fratesi. Absolutely. I just did. We're getting. Now we're getting rude. Here we go. Who are you calling a muppet? Calm down. If it's me, just calm down. If there's anyone else in the chat, just calm down. It's not disingenuous. Reezy, you said you're happy with being 17th and winning the Europa League. So you are happy, therefore, with being 17th. You can't have one or the other. I know, Ryan, just remember this, Ryan. All these people calling me negative, they were also calling me negative when I predicted 7th. Now, don't get me wrong. We'll do another one of these, but this is what I said at the beginning of the season. Forget every other club. Look at Tottenham in 7th. That's what I said. And the majority of people came into my chat. Oh my God, you're so negative. You said we'll finish 7th. Oh my, you think Chelsea will finish above us? You think Aston Villa will finish above us? You're negative. Can't write it, my man. Can't write this stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. Receipts. Angus, he was talking about you lot. Angus. He was talking about you lot, not us, you donut. When was I last happy? Well, I'm happy we won the Europa League. I'm not happy with where the club is overall. I was very happy under Redknapp and under Poch. I felt like we built good teams. And then Levy didn't kick us on. But those two managers built good teams, coached. We weren't embarrassing. We balanced Europe with the Premier League and the cup. Like we were decent. We were very good teams. That's when I was last proper happy. Big up to Tigaro, who are very generous again. I said, as an Aussie, I'm 100% an Ange man, but he needs backing. He has and will adapt if given the chance. He is all about the mentality. We need better players. Tigaro, I agree with you that he needs backing, but he has and will adapt. I haven't seen any of that as he's getting worse and worse and worse over the 2 years at Tottenham Hotspur. So I don't believe that. He's all about mentality. The mentality of throwing the league, apparently, to win the Europa League. That's not mentality. Yes, we need better players. So I agree with 50% of what you said there. The other 50% is a lot of excuses for a man who's shown he can't adapt. Big up to you, though. Thank you very much, Tigaro. Big up to Ali Garcia. Said, Savva, are you covering any of the Club World Cup? Right here, FHTV, I'll be covering as much of the Club World Cup as possible, depending on the times of the games. So, yes, stick with me here. And as I've said, for anyone that missed it at the beginning of the show, all my content now will be here. All my Spurs content, all my non-Spurs content. So tonight, for example, on this channel, Spain v France, and my FHTV Plus will be a clips channel for this channel, okay? But big up to you, Ali. Thank you very much. That's very, very generous. Vindaloo said, big up, Savva. This is for being consistent with your opinions, being passionate, and saying it how it is, never change. Vindaloo, that is very generous of you. Thank you. Look, I won't ever change. For me to change, right? For example, for me to change my opinion on Ange, I want to see that he can balance 2 games a week. I want to see that he can adapt his tactics in the Premier League and not have us embarrassed every week in the Premier League. I want to see that he doesn't fight with our fans. He isn't rude in press conferences. When I see that, I will turn around and go, cool, I like Ange. At the moment, I don't see any of that. Big up to you, Vindaloo. That is very, very generous. You lot have been very generous today. 244 likes, though. We should definitely be on 300, 400 likes. There is 704 of you in here. So smash that button. Just checking to see if there's been any news from David Ornstein in the last 10 minutes. I'm sure you lot would have told me. Nothing from Ornstein. Let's check out my man Romano. Has he said anything? Wolves are in negotiations to get a new deal done for Mathys Mane as they trust him as top talent for the future. Approaches from top Premier League and Serie A clubs rejected in recent weeks. Pedro Obiang signs as new Monza player after leaving Sassuolo. Lazio have confirmed that they've signed Nuno Tavares for €9 million from Arsenal. That brings you bang up to date on all of those things. Just going to check the Spurs official website, see if we've announced more, I don't know, more sponsors, more something. No, nothing going on in the world of Spurs at the moment. And thank you for everyone that's subscribed. That's where we are, right? That's where we are with subscribers. Ignore that there's motion at my front door. 18,233. Let's kick on, guys. Let's get that to 19,000 as quickly as possible. For anyone that hasn't subscribed, there is the link. I've just put it in the chat. It's pinned. Please press that button. If you like me or hate me, you're still here watching me, and I'll always try and read as many comments as possible. Give me 5 seconds. Oh, right. Let's catch up with the chat, shall we? Lynn said, Savva sees the bigger picture of the world. What could happen if you don't move forward? Unfortunately, right. This is my point. There is no point winning the Europa League, then not kicking on, and next season we're 7th or 8th, no trophies, and suddenly we're all going, well, what happened? Well, what happened was no one wanted better players. Right? What happened was we didn't want to coach. So let's see. I'm not saying anything, but Mbeumo went to Man U. Sure, but kudos. Mbeumo went to Man U as they're a massive football club. I genuinely don't think a lot of football fans around the world understand how big Man United are. The brand, the marketing. Like, Man U are enormous. We can't compare ourselves to Man U. I'd love Ruben Neves. Yes, Dave A, you were having a pop at me all day yesterday. Welcome back. How are you feeling today? Absolutely. I'd love a little bid for Ruben Neves. Speak to him. Maybe he's interested. Maybe he's not. Would I take Maeda from Celtic? No. I think we just need a little bit better than that, from my opinion. I don't mind him as a player. But again, if Ange thinks he can get the best out of him, then great. But for me, I think we need better. Apparently it is, from all the reports. I mean, all you've got to do is Google Mathys Tell and see what all the reports are saying. Thank you for the 2 people that just subscribed after that. So, yes, Mathys Tell, apparently. Alfie, just Google Mathys Tell. Again, I've been sent about 15, that's probably an exaggeration, 5 different reports this morning. VDV and Romero rested for the last few games. What do you mean rested for the last few games? Ange manages squad and wins a trophy for the first time 70 years. That's a smart manager. Sure, he lost 26 games all season. That's not a smart manager. Mic drop. Sorry, you can do whatever you want to do. You shouldn't need to lose 26 games in order to win that Europa League. No, I'm sorry. You're not going to convince me. Oh, he rested all these players. We played Bodo Glimt, Man United, Frankfurt, and Alkmaar. Come on, man. He won the Europa League by adapting. What, by putting 10 men behind the ball against Man United? He won the Europa League by completely not playing his own style that lost us 26 games, right? Come on, man. Tigaro, look, each to their own. But I'm sorry, putting 10 men behind the ball isn't adapting. That's saying I don't know what else to do, right? I'm not going to sit here and praise a manager that for 2 years has been one of the worst managers I've ever seen in a Spurs shirt, in a Spurs at the club. You can't be. What do you mean blocked still? You've not. You were blocked. I haven't unblocked you or anything. Where are we? Big up my man Martin out there in Spain. How you doing? Why have we become Ange FC like Arsenal or tottenham? Ain't it Spurs over players or managers? It is for me. It is for me. Absolutely. It is for me. Absolutely. Welsh getting 5th when we lost our best player. That's how you know Reezy chat's absolute nonsense. I'm so bored of hearing losing our best player. Loads of teams lose their best players every year. And they don't talk about it. I think you understand that we can have different opinions, debate, and respect passionately. That's why you've never blocked me. Absolutely. I'm not going to block you because you disagree with me. I block people when they come in and just are rude or troll. I'm not going to block you for that. Do you know what? What I find funny is like when I see these YouTubers always slagging people like me off, I think to myself, don't we need different opinions to make YouTube work? Don't we need people with different opinions? Like, it's just mad. Jonathan, I agree. I don't think the squad is as bad as made out. Just absolutely. It's tactically inept. Completely agree. 26 defeats, Jonathan, all season. 26 defeats. Anybody, do you know what? I'd have more respect for people if they said, do you know what? What an utter shit show in the Premier League. He rescued it with the Europa League. This man needs to do a lot better next season. But they don't. They just completely forget 26 defeats in all competitions. It's mad. Matt, bang on. Some of the things I read are getting silly. Supporters want to see trophies, but also want a consistent team that look forward to watching week in, week out. Really isn't difficult to understand. Absolutely. That's why, Matt, I hate this notion that if you don't rate Ange, it means you don't want to win trophies. I just don't know where that's come from. Sure, but then they've got to find someone else. If Eze goes, find someone else. Just, come on, man. Come on. When you say that, I don't know who we're talking about. By the way, guys and girls, I'm always going to be behind the chat. So when you make comments like that, you've got to tell me who. Big up Vindaloo. Thank you, my man. Big up to you. Big up to you. Big up to Drewla. How you doing, Drewla? Hope you're well. Big up to you. Yeah. I agree. I don't want Tells and Odebers. I don't want Tells and Odebers yet. Buy them when they're senior pros. Hey, it is what it is. I'm off to TalkSport. Oh, well, that's nice. Thanks, Tigaro. Thank you. See you later, mate. Thank you for the super chats and becoming a member. I seem to get this a lot. If you say something that the Ange fans don't like, they just leave. It's so funny. Like, I do find it just a little bit crazy. Look, it is what it is. Yeah, one shot on fire. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. What I love about YouTube viewers, right? There's a lot of channels where I tune in and I'm subscribed to. A lot of what they say I like, a lot of what they say I don't. But I like watching to get different views. A lot of people will unsubscribe because you've said one thing they don't like. It's utterly crazy how the world is. The top teams don't lose their players every year. Yeah, but we're not a top team, are we? So, do you know what I mean? I need a co-host. Why do I need a co-host? Sorry, am I doing a bad job? You say some really weird things, Mike. You really, really do. Where are we? Joey is in. How do some of these trolls cope in the real world when someone has a different opinion? Joey, absolutely. I find it baffling. Joey, let me give you this example, right? I can give you a real life example. So last week, I went out with some of the people from The Sun. We were doing some filming for their YouTube channel. We went out afterwards, all the producers and stuff, and everyone supports different clubs, right? You've got Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, United fans. And one of the guys turned around and went, I really like Ange. And he wasn't a Spurs fan. I turned around and went, he's not for me. It's not for me. And he was going, oh, no, I get it, bro. And what was funny about that was when two people are in the pub having a chat, you're just having a chat. There was no, you're negative, you're toxic, you're not a fan. It was just a chat. When it's online and behind a keyboard, everyone can just say whatever they like. And it makes you laugh. For example, let's look at a lot of these YouTubers that I've seen making backhanded videos about me without using my name. I know who you are. I know who the snakes are. Don't worry about that. If I saw them in a pub, I bet you they'd be like, hey, Sav, how you doing? And we'd have a chat. You know what I mean? I've had people come up to me when I've been out going, oh, I see you on YouTube. I hate your comments. You're all right, ain't you? Well, yeah, because it's just football. It's just football. You're not a narcissist. No. Why would I be a narcissist? So because some stranger that doesn't know me on the internet told you I'm a narcissist means I'm a narcissist. It makes me laugh. I've seen YouTubers call me poison, Narcissist. Am I a narcissist when I'm raising over 20 grand a year for charity? I don't know. Am I? It just cracks me up, my man. Just cracks me up. I hear this all the time. Yes, that I look a little bit like Alexis McAllister. Yeah, we've both got big noses and beards, essentially, is what you're saying. Thank you. Big up. Savva, if you interviewed Ange, what question would you ask him first? So if I interviewed Ange, the first thing I'd say is, Ange, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. You're not my type of manager, I would tell him. Can I please ask you, why are you seeing us ripped open week after week after week? Why have you not done anything to stop that? I.e. the inverted fullbacks and a number 6 and such a high line. That's exactly what I would ask him, Ellie. Big up to you. Big up to the Queen, Ellie of Hoiberg Town. Big up to you. That is what I'd ask him. Yeah, Perchy said, what about these players? Pedro Gonçalves, Jack Grealish, Eze, Paulinho, Sander Berg, players that are attainable and make us better. Go and get Matteo Retigui, who is a goal scorer from Italy. Again, all of these different things, all of these different players. Like, by the way, that's just a selection. Perchy could give me another 50 if I needed to. And, you know, it doesn't need to be Tells. It doesn't need to be Odebers. But, hey, it is what it is. Hang on, where's my content gone? There we go. Oh, there's my content. Hang on, why am I live? Let's have a look. Let's see if, you know, I just don't get it. I don't get why people can't say, yeah, I don't like your content, but thank you for the content. You know, everything's got to be so rude. Everything's got to be so, oh, you don't like this guy. You're horrible. Okay. If me not liking a manager means I'm a horrible, narcissist, fair weather football fan, then fine. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see who else we've got in the chat. Big up to everyone this morning. Been a really good show. Lots of like, come on. We are 12 likes away from 300. We should be at 400, to be brutally honest with you. And big up for all the super chats. You've all been very generous this morning. Matt has said the only, oh, sorry, I've not pulled that up. There we go. Matt has said the only time we will have true ambition is to pay the top players the wages the other teams pay and not waste it on garbage like Werner or Tell. Matt, that is not strictly true. There are players that are very good that are paid less than what Tottenham play people, right? There are less players. Look at Manu Kone, who moved last year, Fofana, Kefram Turan. These players went for less money than we paid for Archie Gray and similar wages. So we don't have to pay. I get you. I hear you. I don't want Werner. I don't want Tell. Yes, we can up the wage limit, but I just don't think we go in for these people. I really don't. Big up to you. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that, my man. Terry has said, Frank will get you 7th to 10th each year. So what? Terry, you don't know what Frank will do. You're making that up. You have no idea what Thomas Frank would do. You don't, mate, you've supported Tottenham for 2 years, right? Which tells me if you don't know Tottenham, you're not going to know Thomas Frank, right? Why would Frank, I don't know why we're talking about Frank again, but why would we only get 7th to 10th? Don't get it. Here's another troll. Here he is. Here you go. Who said this team? Look, again, troll. Again, Optimus Prime, I'm going to say this. Your mum and dad didn't give you enough cuddles when you were younger, did they? They really didn't. Because who said I didn't like this team winning a trophy? Listen to what I say. And if you can't understand that, I feel for you. Then again, the fact that your name is Optimus Prime Spurs and you've got a transformer shows me that you're probably about 12. Go and ask mummy and daddy for £2. Run down to the ice cream van, get the ice cream, and then just splat it on your own face. Big up to you, my man. Big up to you. Shem Tan. Hey, Savva, how did Chelsea win the Europa Trophy but also finish 4th? I know. It's crazy, isn't it, Shem? It's crazy that teams don't have to throw an entire league campaign. It's mad. Yeah, who's this? Somebody's posted to purchase. Said Grealish doesn't come in and make us better. I mean, these fans are absolutely priceless. Hey, big up to each and every one of you. Savva, don't say on YouTube you won't say to their Savva, don't say on YouTube. I don't know what that means. Listen, I'll say anything to anyone's face. I really don't care. But the difference between me and these other people is if somebody I met in a pub turned around and said, I love Ange, I'd go, no, really? Why? I wouldn't turn around and go, you, negative, dickhead, prick, wanker, go and support Chelsea. It's just madness. It's the manager. 26 defeats. It's the manager. Never seen a manager lose 26 games before, Reezy. Why? Paul O'Connor, big up, said, I watch your channel because you are not afraid to debate things. For me, before Levy makes a decision, he needs to ask Ange what his plan is to make sure we don't play so badly this season. As I've said, I think he's staying, Paul. Thank you. Agreed. Yeah, I will debate things. I will. But I agree. Before he makes a decision, I think it's made. But you would like to think, Paul, they've had this conversation, right? Like, thank you for winning the Europa League. But next season, if you're here, how are you going to make sure we're not ripped wide open every Premier League game? That's what I think we need. Why is it hard for people to accept that Ange is a problem and so is the ownership? Two things can be true at once. Absolutely. Two things at once. Absolutely. The least. Then it's going to be Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Big up to you. I like but hate your content. Okay, thank you. Big up to you. MP 1981, I said, why are we buying Tell? Solomon is probably better. Shows no ambition. Completely agree. Glenn, this is a great point, my man. This is a great point. Today's potential equals tomorrow's deadwood. Our fans never learn. Do you know what I love, Glenn? In 2 years' time, when I'm sitting there and going, this player needs to go, this player needs to go, this player needs to go, right? And it's going to be the players that fans wanted that were young and potential and are going to be brilliant. Just remember this. We've done this for years. Every year it's, Deadwood. We've got Deadwood. Yeah, but these were the players people wanted to buy. Did it with Sissoko, Dyer, Aurier, Sanchez, right? Winks, Skip, Dyer, all of these people for years and years, not good enough. Don't be negative, Savva. Then all of a sudden, he's got Deadwood. He's got to get rid of them. Paul, and if anyone's listened, my two, by the way, I know when I talk about Frank, only because the bookies make him favourite. He's not my favourite. Watch what happens. If Frank doesn't get the job, people will go, Frank, you wanted Frank. No, people don't listen. Mark, yeah, go support Chelsea. The classic line from someone who can't debate a point. Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. Big up to Craig Grant. How you doing? Said new subscriber. Great show. Big up to you, Grant. Thank you. I try my best. Do you put any weight on the fact and prioritise Valverde winning the Europa against the wishes of Suits? I guess we'll know. Like, if he's sacked, then I'm guessing that's the board saying, yeah, that, you've not done good enough. If he's kept, then I'm guessing they knew. I'm guessing it'll be that simple. I don't know. I really, really don't know. We'll see what happens. Big up to you, Craig Grant. Thank you for being a new subscriber. And thank you to all the subscribers today. Come on. I think we can get 5 to 10 more, can't we? There is the link in the chat. Looks like the takeover is 100% happening. Mate, I just don't know. I don't know. I'll take Jan Bissek all day, every day. I'll take Jan Bissek. He is powerful at the back there. He is a big lad, powerful, good engine, strong. I'm taking Bissek all day long if that was an opportunity to happen. If you buy Bissek, I want a back three. If we buy Bissek, I want a back three. If Ange next season put Porro and Udogie as wing backs and we went to a back three, I think I'd be a bit more into him as a manager, if that makes sense. Sav, I hope you're wrong about Ange. What, that he's staying? Look, he's, at the moment, he's our manager, right? At the moment, he's our manager. Big up to Mike Zappa. How you doing, Mike? How you doing, man? Hope you're well. Big up to you. Said, I'm telling you, we're going to end up with Dom and Dom are up front. Dominic Solanke and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Savva, Chelsea did spend a stupid amount of money. Sure. But at the end of the day, no matter how much money you spend, you've got a squad. Ange has a big squad of footballers that he did not use correctly. People say about the injuries. Well, why did Van der Ven and Romero get injured for a further 2-3 months? because he rushed them back. So, Dave, there's many managers out there. The only reason Frank is talked about is because he's the bookie's favourite. Frank, for me, is an excellent coach. I would be more than happy with Thomas Frank. There's many managers I would. But what people do, Dave, is they'll clip me saying, yeah, I like Frank. And they'll think that I've said he's the only manager. I've said before, my first two choices would be Glasner and Xavi. And then I'd like managers like Iriola. I like Holness or Stuttgart. There's many managers. It's just people can't isolate a conversation from someone's opinion. Does that make sense? Oh, God, I think my hay fever is about to kick in. Nathan has said, I'm Ange, but not because I love his tactics. I don't think changing managers every 2 years is good. Ange did face simultaneous injuries. He caused most of those injuries, and Liverpool was running away with the league. But yes, changing managers every 2 years isn't good, but neither is getting worse and worse and worse every single 3 or 4 months in the Premier League. So it's each to their own, right? Each to their own, my man. I'm not telling anyone not to like him. I'm not. Nathan, I would not tell anyone you can't like Ange, right? And each to their own. But people have a really big issue with me not liking Ange. I find it doesn't ever seem to work both ways. Do you know what I mean? Not saying you, just in general. How's my new dog? My new dog has been with us now for 3.5 months, maybe, and he is a little terror, but he is lovely at the same time. He's a lovely, sweet little thing who is lovely. Good morning to the mod father. It's Ben Kaufman, ladies and gentlemen. Morning, everyone. Buzzword bingo still happening. Big up to you, my man. Big up, Ben. Love Ben. Lovely guy. Really good to meet him the other month as well. But yet lots of people are talking about this boy. Lots of people are. I went and watched him the other night. I did a show with Sean and he talked about this lad. He looks good. I want to. It's difficult, when you just watch highlights. I'd love to watch him in a game. His stats are ridiculous, in a good way. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't mind Angel Gomez as a player, but I do think. I don't know where he would play. We're going to be really honest. Technically very good. Is he a bit lightweight? I don't know. Again, I use this saying a lot. Is he a needle mover? I'm not sure he moves the needle. I'm not sure he moves the needle for me. But hey, that is just me. That is just me. Nathan has said, big up, Savva. I love your show as you are logical and factual. Spurs fans don't accept people who have different opinions. Look, I like to think I'm logical and factual. There are people that say, oh, they're just my facts and my logic. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I just think that I try to look at things from a different point of view. As I said, I've been very lucky that I've grown up, working with a lot of top coaches, footballers and managers, working for Premier League clubs. And when I sit and talk to those people over the years, I've learned a lot about different sides of the game. And when you do that, you see things slightly differently to, like when people, as I've said, when people say, just put the money down. It's like, no, that's not quite how it works. But people don't want to go and watch. For example, Nathan, people can go and watch. There's loads of podcasts on how agents work and transfers work. People don't go and watch them. They just say things like, yeah, but if you just pay more wages. No. Go and watch. Go and watch how convoluted those processes are. Go and watch. People say, we've not tried to sign anyone. You'll never know. There will be a million phone calls, exaggeration. There'll be loads of phone calls every day from agents, intermediaries, from clubs and scouts and agents. Hey, we're interested in your guy. Is your guy interested? Let me go and speak to him. But Tottenham want you. Are you interested? Not really. I've got better options. I'll have a chat with them, but I'm not. There's so much that goes on. Big up to my man, Kuva99. How are you, sir? I've missed you. Genuinely. Big up to you, Kuva. So big up, Savva. The euphoria of winning that cup has worn off. Now that we see other clubs signing players, why does it feel like even doing nothing takes too long at this club? And Kuva, this is it for me. I know that everyone just wants to say, just wants to say, keep celebrating. I get that. But I want to, what next, Kuva? Where's the signings? What are the signings? What are the club doing? Are we going to act big? Seems like everyone's on holiday. Seems like there's no news about anything at the club. We'll see, but big up, man. Love you to bits as always. In a coma. I don't always agree with you, but finishing 17th isn't good. But winning the trophy was the best day I had, and it was a once-off. I'm taking it. In a coma, when you say I don't always agree with you, you do realize I see you absolutely abusing me on other channels. You know I see you, right? Which is why your name immediately I went, I don't mind. I get what you've got to do to fit in the other channels. We're slagging off Savva. Everyone quickly join in. Savva's a cunt. Savva's a narcissist. But listen, you don't always have to agree with me, man. We don't have to agree with each other. I agree with you. Winning the trophy's great. It's not one of the best days I've had, but yes, winning the trophy's great. Finishing 17th for me is just unacceptable. It's only me. It's only me, dude. It's only me. Ben is on football holiday. Can't be asked to think about the transfer window before it opens for real. Mate, the transfer, but again, that's not how transfers work. Transfer window being open don't mean shit. You were allowed to talk to players, buy players. You could talk to it. Come on. We all know how it works. Even Sean is buckling with Levy. Might say Levy out Monday. Let's ask him. I'm on with Sean tonight, by the way. I'm on with Sean 5:30 on his channel. So, some Spurs fans need a reality check. Yes, it's great we won a trophy, but it's a second-tier trophy and we sacrificed any type of league position for it. Ange out. Absolutely where I am. People are going around going, we're champions of Europe as though we've won the Champions League. Completely agree with you. Reezy, Chelsea and City just put the money down for years. No, but Reezy, again, Reezy, you're not. And this is why I find people like Reezy as trolls, because they don't understand how football works. People like City and Chelsea, yeah, they have built to that. So City, let's look at Chelsea. Again, I know this will go on deaf ears because people don't like the truth. When Roman Abramovich came into Chelsea, no one was doing what Chelsea are doing. No one. So Chelsea went out and went massive on loads of players because no one could compete with them. They went massive. Put them all together, great. City, to an extent, did that. The problem you've got now, City have money, Chelsea have money, Man United have money, Villa have money, Newcastle have money, Spurs have money, Arsenal have money. Everyone's got money. PSG have got money, Bayern Munich have got money, Real Madrid have got money, Barcelona. The problem is everyone now can do that. So competing is different to what City and Chelsea did. Now, what City and Chelsea did by being the first real teams in the UK to do that is position themselves as winners. So now people are going, well, hang on, these guys have track records of winning. So they go there. It's not as simple for Spurs because if we just, let's use an example. If Tottenham Hotspur go to Rafael Savva, I see you quitting YouTube soon. I hope not. It's my full-time job. I'm just going to let my wife know that I'm quitting YouTube and all the money I used to pay my bills and mortgage, I'm quitting because Raphael said so. Raphael, everybody. Well done. No real name, no picture. It's as though there's a guide to being a troll, isn't there? Big up, Raphael, everyone. Come on. Everybody, come on. Round of applause for Raphael. Well done. Well done, Raphael. People have got to understand, and Sean, tell you what, on our show tonight, on your channel, can we pick this up, this conversation, right? This conversation that Chelsea and City did it, so everyone can do it. I don't think people understand, Sean, how it works, yeah? If Spurs right now go to, let's pick a player. Spurs right now go to Frankie de Jong of Barcelona, just for example. I don't know why him. Spurs go to Frankie de Jong and we go, Barcelona, there is £100 million, right? Frankie de Jong. We would have had to spoke to Frankie first and Frankie's into it. We're going to give you 300 grand a week. Brilliant. Right. So no other club now in Europe is offering Frankie de Jong 300 grand a week and offering Barcelona 100 million pounds. That's why it's difficult to do now. When Chelsea first did it, no one else was doing it. They could go 70 million, 60 million, 50 million, 80 million. No one was doing it. Now, everyone's doing that. You can't just do that. And I know people don't want honesty, but Sean, if we can pick this up, yeah? If we can pick this up later, absolutely, Sean. Jurgen Klopp himself, before he left, said there are 2 teams without ceilings, maybe 3. Newcastle City and Chelsea. It is what it is. Everyone else has ceilings. They don't, mate. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sean, this is the problem. Football fans just say things like what Reezy has. Well, City and Chelsea did it. Brilliant. But what does it mean? What does it mean? Oh man. What? That shower shit, Sean. Just kidding. Well, listen, you can see your number 1 YouTuber, Sean, tonight. Me and Sean live. Can't even remember what we said. 5:30 till 7, I think, on his channel. 5:30 till 7 tonight on Sean's channel, and then later, and then sometime in the next few days, we're on my channel. Big up. Yeah, Sean's a great YouTuber. Sean's a fantastic YouTuber. Do you know what it is? Sean gets his hate as well because Sean says things that people don't like. Yeah? Sean comes at it from a different aspect to other people. I like that. I like YouTubers that use this. Yeah? When I look at YouTubers, Sean comes at it from a different aspect to me. Right? I look at Ashmatic at Spurs Kings TV. Comes at it from a really analytical, tactical aspect. I like that. Yeah? There's a lot of YouTubers that don't actually have their own content, their own spin. And what they do is they just mug each other off. Don't like that. Not a fan of that. Listen, guys, girls, I am going to leave it there. I've got a couple of super chats. I am going to throw everyone over to Never a Foul. Please, I'm joining their panel right now. If you want to see more of me, I've got a transfer show at 3 o'clock. I'm on with Sean, this guy, at 5:30, Sean? Can you, 5:30? Can you just confirm in the chat? I think it is 5:30 p.m. on Sean's show later. I'm joining the Never a Foul panel. I'm going to send everyone over there. If you could just type in Savva Raid, that would be absolutely amazing. What about Chris Cowlin? Mate, he's blocked me for some reason. I don't know. I've never spoken to Chris Cowlin in my life. I've been in his chat about twice, and he's got me blocked on his show. So I don't really know a lot about the guy. I know that's mad. He's a massive YouTuber, but I don't really know a lot about him. I've heard he's a really nice guy. He's got me blocked for some reason. I emailed him a few times, try and work together. Didn't respond, so it is what it is. I remember this in a coma. I can't believe that there were fans saying they didn't want Rafinha. Absolutely. When the Spurs go marching in, big up to you. I said you need at least 70 to 80 million to get proven players nowadays with wages of 200 plus. We're still living in the age of dinosaurs. Listen, it's a slow progression. Slow progression. Guys and girls, let me have a look. Super chats. Big up to Matt, who's coming with 2 more. Says the only time we will have true ambition. Oh, sorry, we did this one. Sorry, big up to you. Thank you, Matt. He came in again and said the fans want Ange to stay. Do they think he will miraculously change his gung-ho style of tactics in the league or be more pragmatic? And again, I think that is my biggest gripe with the manager. If he changes that next season, fair play. I can turn around and go, brilliant, he's changed. Let's see. If fans want the gung-ho, they can't complain when teams batter us. Big up to you, Matt. Really appreciate that. Thank you to everybody that's liked. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed. Thank you to everybody. Please join myself and Sean at 5:30. Please join right now. Going over to Never a Foul. All you've got to do is click the link to join and just type in Savva Raid. Take care, everyone. And as always, come on, you Spurs.